Yeah. All I need is my team. Couple bitches in a pocket full of cream. That's right. A new addition when I pop up on the scene. That's right.
Yeah. It's your boy Gully.
And Jamaica.
You're now in tune to Room 1231 Dopest Podcast, brought to you by LSO ENT. And you know, last week was crazy because last week we talked about male and female sexuality, which I truly do enjoy, and we got to dive deeper into that one because we ain't dive deep enough. That's how I feel. And shout out to Tay, man. But I want to talk about what's going on in the social media world, in the black community, I would say more than any community. But maybe I'm wrong. But I want to talk about gender roles, you know what I'm saying? Male and females. You hear a lot of that talk on the internet about guys supposed to be doing this and women supposed to be doing that. It's a lot of clashing going on, which we don't really agree with. But there's some truth behind that. My man Kevin Samuels, I think, really kick-started a lot of that type of stuff. And so I just want to dive into, you know, what's really going on and how we feel about that situation. What you got to say about it?
Well, for starters, I just want to say that, for one, I feel like it's women, we want what we want when we want it, right? And we ain't trying to wait for nobody to give it to us. And I feel like guys are not doing what grandpa used to do. So a lot of guys nowadays is like, if you are being taken care of by a man, then it's his way or the highway, right? Or what he says goes, basically, mainly. And we just, the roles are reversed. We're not up for it. But at the same time, guys, I feel like guys are intimidated, right? A lot of guys get intimidated easily by women nowadays. Us women that actually have is equal, are equal to men. And they feel like, well, you have everything, you don't need nothing. You can, she got money, she got cars, she got this, and, she got everything together. She don't need me for nothing. Not thinking like we still want what money can't buy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like a lot of guys got it confused nowadays, and a lot of women got it confused too, because we all have our opinions on what it is that we want, and what it is that we need, right? But love is just not what love used to be. That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. You said a lot in that, and I'm going to respond to some of that stuff there. I agree that some men are intimidated, and I don't think there's no real reason to be intimidated. I think that for me, the intimidation in today's female is approaching the females, because I just feel like there's a lot of mixed signals going on, and some people will give you that signal like they interested and just shoot you down. But sometimes I think that's just for people's self-esteem, just to feel special. You know what I'm saying? In terms of men not knowing what they want, I think that's what you said. Or did you say females? No. You said something.
I said women. I said, what are you talking about when I said guys feel like women have everything that they want and what they need?
Well, not that part. I was thinking more so like females. I feel like females don't know what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like females say a lot of things. Females run around and they say, oh, yeah, I want a guy to do X, Y, and Z. But then they get this guy to do X, Y, and Z, and it's never good enough. That's how I feel. And it's not just a female thing. It's a human being thing. But
yeah,
I'm just, focusing on a female because you gave things from a female perspective. And then you talked about guys as well. So I want to do the same. And I feel like, a lot of women, I want a guy to do this. I want a guy to treat me like this, blah, blah, blah. But you get that guy and you treat him like shit. You kick him to the curb. You want the nigga that's no good. You want the nigga that talks like a hood nigga. You want the nigga that act like a hood nigga. And then when he does you dirty, you now want to crawl back to the nigga that didn't do you dirty. Or when you're done.
I don't think the majority of women want a hood nigga or a nigga. I think the majority of women want a man that is going to carry himself like a man, that's just not going to cheat on her, or you know what I'm saying, make her look like a fool out in public. I think as far as like hood niggas and all that goes, I would say I can't I would say that's like when we're young.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, as adults now, and you know, I would say like maybe 30, 35 plus, we ain't looking for no hood nigga. We ain't looking for no nigga that's going to disrespect us, or because we probably already been through that. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody that hasn't experienced that, yeah, they might think, oh, this dude, because he got this and he looked this way, or he got swag, or you know what I'm saying, this and this and that, then they'll go after that. But then once you actually see what that guy is about, you're not going to want that. I completely agree with it's like the 80-20 rule, right? That's what they call it. When you're in a relationship with a man that you wanted so bad, with this man with all these qualities, right? And then you get bored. You get bored with him because he's the good guy, right? And then you want that 20% that
The bad
but that
guy.
20% that he's not, that your main guy is not giving you, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's why they say don't ever leave the 80 for the 20. But I mean, I definitely agree with men and women. It's like that. And social media has a big part in that, because there are a lot of figures out here, right? That can mess up relationships so easily, because it's like a lot of these women and men that y'all see, y'all will never even probably even get to talk to,
Fuck no.
you know, let alone be with. So it's like,
No chance in hell.
social media really messes things up when it comes to that, because it's like, got attention. Your attention is somewhere else when it really needs to be at home. And if things were more at home, I feel like relationships would be different.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I might have said the wrong word, hood niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I described it. But I do feel like people want their cake and ice cream, and people's expectations is through the roof. So you get this good person, male or female, and they meet the qualifications, and then you start nitpicking about different things because you're not satisfied. And I think that's the problem with society. A lot of people are not satisfied, you know what I'm saying? And people, and what you're starting to see now is women wanting traditional relationships, but they're not living traditional ways. So they want a man to be there and take care of them and pay all the bills and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to do the womanly duties, right? But they don't do no womanly duties. There's a lot of women that don't know how to cook. There's a lot of women that are dirty. There's a lot of women that claim that they want to take care of the household and have kids, but they don't want to be bartered with them kids. Look around, man. There's a lot of females that will pawn their motherfucking kids off to be with the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I say pawn them all, I'm not saying put them in foster care. I'm saying grandma got them all the time. I'm talking about babysitter watching them, or the kids is babysitting the other kids, but they want to hold these kids up in there.
And that just comes with, you know, your standards. You know, you gotta, as a man, you have to know, you have to pick a woman that you have to get to know her first. So you got to know, is she going to be able to raise my children the right way? Is she going to be able to clean house? Is she going to be able to cook dinner? You know what I'm saying? You have to know this stuff before you even go deep with a person. As a woman, you have to know, is he a hardworking man? Is he going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, make me feel safe, make me feel secure? Because a lot of women nowadays, we ain't looking for your check. We got our own. A lot of women
No, I agree.
have their own check. And the financial part is not what we need from a man. It's more of the love part, that we're more of a security part, more of the, you know what I'm saying? That's more of what we're looking for. I feel like as the majority of women I'm speaking on, not little girls, you know, there's a big difference.
There is a big difference. Just like there's a big difference between men and
little
little boys,
boys,
right? You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because you do got a lot of people that are older in age, late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, that they still function as little kids. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They still worried about looking the hottest. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's not wrong. Look great. I applaud that.
Yeah.
I recommend that you look as good as you
Definitely.
can. But if you're more concerned about how you look opposed to how your inner side is and what you're doing in your life, that's ass backwards. to me,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
You got to be good looking on the inside.
And
as
outside
far
too,
as-
yeah. Take care of the outside
on the
too. you know.
inside and outside.
You can have a heart of gold, but a body that's shaped like a bag of gold, that's not what that's not gonna cut for me. At least for me. For somebody, it is. You know, my man, he like women like that. Shouts to my man.
Big women need
Oh
love
yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I ain't mad at them. They're the most confident people I ever seen. You feel me? And you can't be mad at that. But I think that's the problem. And I mentioned this so many times. You know, amongst friends or whoever I'm talking to, there's a clash because what we want and what want us is always conflicting, right? So people tend to want certain
What they can't have? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
conflicting. So you see a lot of people
Challenging.
being single because they think that they deserve X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z don't want you. That you just not in their standards. You feel me? And so the people on the regular
Yeah,
level,
that happens a lot.
A lot. The people that's on the regular level, now what you're doing is you cutting out all the people that are good, that is on your level, or you feel that but you may not feel they're on your level, but they are on your level, but you're rejecting those people because you want XYZ, and XYZ only sees you as eye candy. You know what I'm saying? Or XY sees you as a bum. Male or female, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now we conflicted, you know what I'm saying? And women are getting the bag. Shout outs to all the women. I mentioned this before. Women are getting the bag. And I think men are getting the bag too, but the struggles.
Yeah, there's men out here that's getting the bag
Yeah.
too. But you know what? There's men out here that's getting the bag. But there's also men out here that's like not doing the best that they can.
Facts.
And making excuses and just, I know so many guys that is just like that. Okay. I know so many guys that could be doing better and that just be complaining about, like where they are. And it'll be like I have a family member, right? I have a family member that has been stuck in the same place. And when I say in the same place, it's like at the same job. Why are you working at this job? You have children. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I was going to do this, but, and it's always an excuse. But I see a lot of, he got friends like this, you know? So it's like, why are you okay with this? Like, why are you okay with the bare minimum? I just don't understand. There's a lot of guys out here, like I said, that's getting to the bag, but then there's guys that's not, and that's just not even trying to elevate. And they're older, our age or older, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when is it gonna come a time where you be like, okay, enough is enough. I have to make more money, or I have to do better for myself. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I think that is contingent upon what a person wants in their life. So you're basing it off of what you may want in life. If that person's complaining, I feel you on that.
but it should be anybody with children. Now, if you are by yourself, I could understand. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want, that's fine. That's your life. You don't have any dependents. You have nobody to depend on you. You can live your life however the hell you want.
I agree. And you
Inside the house or outside the house at this point. But when you have dependents, it's just each dependent is a step higher in life that you should be trying to get to. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be working at Kroger's with 4 children. You just shouldn't.
I
mean, you have
shouldn't
to
make it a career. I would say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
agree,
saying.
yeah.
Like, make something out of your life, make more money, do something. Try harder is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Try harder, and it's not a lot of guys out here that's trying harder. It's a lot more of, I can't because of this. I can't because of that. I can't. No, you can. Just do it.
Well,
I
I beg to differ. I say that there's just as many people trying hard on males.
And women too, because I know some women too that's out here like, oh, just coming up with reasons on why. Like, no.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
If one person can do it, another person can too. All you need is the tools, but you have to put in the work. And that's the problem. A lot of people is not out here trying to put in the work, period. And that's just that.
I
Like,
agree.
if you ain't got it, you ain't trying to put it. At this point in your life, as grown adults, if you don't have it, you haven't tried to put in the work. Or you had it and then you set back, which is fine because you can always get back to it.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. I step back in terms of
Hell yeah, we all do.
My ambition,
Fall back.
My ambition was through the fucking roof about 4 or 5 years ago, and then it slowly died down with my age. I I'm hurting, I'm struggling. But you know, a nigga bouncing back right now. You feel me? That's why I'm doing this. But no, I agree with you. I feel like the roles have changed because you do see, and I won't say the roles changed completely, and this is what I mean, because I feel like females always been ambitious, right? It's just that society didn't allow females to explore their ambition to be what they were designed to be. Mm-hmm. Society, through history and biblical history, try to tell women that they got to be a certain way. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. You got to be submissive. You got to do this. And there's nothing wrong with that if this is what you want. I'm not saying run around and act like a dude, because you shouldn't. You be a female. Be a lady. I don't give a fuck what you've been through or who you've been through with. It should never change the fact that you should be a lady. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with a man. I don't care who you've been with and what you've been through. It should never change the fact that you should be a man. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever that man is to you and whatever the female is to you, that's going to vary from person to person, right? There's no cookie cut standard of what a person is. Society tells you that, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Be with who works for you, as long as it's not toxic, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I do see a lot of women that are stepping up. Like I said this with my brother, man. I said this on one of my previous podcasts. There's women that work 2 to 3 motherfucking jobs when men won't do it just to make ends meet and a level out. And so it's always going to be shout out to women and things of that nature. And I think a lot of men should, if you want it, and especially if you got kids. If you got kids, it don't matter if you want it or not. Like you said, definitely step the fuck up. I'm not saying that you got to be a multi-millionaire, but you got to make sure your kids got it. I just had this conversation with my man. I was saying something to my man. I'm like, oh, yeah, because he has a daughter, and his daughter lives with him. And I was like, man, you so lucky, man, that you got a daughter, because for a daughter, clothes is cheap. You know what I'm saying? I said, you just in the phase right now where she's constantly growing, so you constantly buying. Mm-hmm. But for females, clothes is cheap. If this was a little boy,
yeah, for real,
them sneakers
boys are expensive.
They like $200. They like grown
boys
sneakers.
Are really expensive.
Exactly. So, you know, and girls, they got Fashion Nova. They can wear that. Now, guys
we can go to Walmart and look cute.
Facts.
I'm talking about from head to toe. Walmart got us.
Fact. and guys can, if you really got style, you can take cheap shit and make it look dope.
Now that's if you got swag, I feel like you could throw on anything and look because. And if somebody is going to look at you and base you off of the name brands that you're wearing, or you know what I'm saying, like that's not, you don't need that person. You know what I'm saying? You just don't need nobody like that in your life anyways.
I agree.
I mean, I understand if you like that, then that's fine, because I know there are a lot of people out here that's materialistic or just expensive as hell, you know? I've never been that type, but my daughter is like that. So she is mad expensive. And she got to have the name brand, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking her. It's fine, but make your money and then buy your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to look like that, then that's fine. More power to you. But you don't have to. And if you run into somebody that's like, oh, I ain't about to date you because you ain't got on Versace this, Nike this, Gucci that, Jordan this, then what? No, forget you. I don't need you in my life.
No, I agree. Just to bring back what I was getting to from my man, I said to him, what you're saying, I said, hey, so if you had a son, man, he's like, man, if I had a son, man, I just have to go to Walmart and buy stuff. I'm like, bro, you can't do that to your son in high school. People going to clown him. He don't do, and
now that's different.
And you can't, like, that's not right for your kid to go through it just because you don't want to go out and make it happen. I say, you got to go out and make it happen. It's like, yeah, I hear you, man, but ain't nothing wrong with the Walmart and stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, bro, maybe it's glad you didn't have a son, because your son.
I mean, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with the Walmart, because I mean, a lot of people nowadays, a lot of these kids are wearing graphic tees and jeans, and Walmart got it.
We ain't, but we talking about we can't. You be,
but the shoes.
Yeah, your son can't be going in the Shaquille O'Neal sneakers to the school. And shout outs to Shaquille O'Neal, very wealthy, but your son can't be going with the Shaqs in the sneakers. Yeah, feel me? Like you can't. You can't. It's certain things like if you okay
not
with
the shoes, y'all.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't let your child suffer because you want to be.
Because these children are so much worse than what we were. These kids, they make your children feel bad. They talk about them, and you know what I'm saying, about the smallest little thing. You know, they bullies. They are some bullies in these schools nowadays. Whereas back in the day, we dressed however we wanted to dress. I mean, yeah, it was still like wear these or this, but we wasn't knocking each other down if we ain't have it. We was friends. These kids are different. And so, yeah, you don't want your children being, made fun of. But I don't know. That just goes back to, like, if he's single, he a single dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if that's all that he can provide financially, then I understand.
Nah, but we speaking hypothetically, like, if you, and I told him like this, that's why I said, if you saying if that's all he can provide financially, we're speaking hypothetically. He don't got a son. So if I'm saying that if you had a son, you lucky you have a daughter because you have a son, you already in your head saying, well, I can't afford it. I'm saying, nigga, how you gonna say you can't afford something you don't know? Like, we fantasizing right now and you already willing to set bare minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, because my mom had several kids and I ain't have no Versace clothes. But, at the time it was Sean John or Fubu.
Yeah.
Niggas was going to Burlington, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Like, my mom made sure that we had something decent, whether we had a lot of outfits or a little bit of outfits. So, like, come on now, brother. That goes back to you saying, like, some men out here don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Some women, niggas don't want it. Some niggas want to run around and playing the female. We sped it on the last podcast.
Stay home and play on the game.
They want to be the housewife.
They want to be the housewife.
That shit is crazy, man. Like, we not like that shit is crazy. And then you got a lot of women that's making money that now want to run around and act like niggas, man. Come on, like, just because you get in a bag does not make you a man at all. Like, stop it.
Or
like,
it doesn't make you better.
It doesn't make.
It doesn't make you better than the
all.
next. It doesn't make you better than a man or the next woman. It just makes you just as good as you are. Because now we've made it to where, I mean, really, we all on top. A lot of, a lot of people, but a lot of women are on top. So okay, so I can say, like, yeah, there might be women that look down on men, which is really not good.
For sure. A lot.
It's not good. You can't do that. Like, because you can lose it just as quick as you got it.
Facts.
You got to remember that. Like,
facts.
Whatever it is, no matter how hard you took to build it, and it only, you did this, and you know what I'm saying, you can lose that, sis, just as quick as you got it. Just like that. So you don't be looking down on people. You know what I'm saying? It might take dude that don't have as much as you do to build you back up. That's why you don't look down on people. But like, that goes back to, in the beginning of things, initially, before you even get serious with somebody, in the talking stage, like, okay, I don't really want to, you break, that's why you break it off. Like, okay, let's just be friends, or, you know what I'm saying? Because you see certain things that you don't want in that person. You don't drag that person along and be like, okay, well, let's be together, knowing that you looking down on that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I was done.
Oh, well, I was gonna say that. Yeah, just like I said, just because you get in the bag does not make you call the shots and you the nigga. Stop it. Like, be a lady, and whatever that lady is to you, be that. You know what I'm saying? Don't think just because you get in the bag, switch roles and you bet
You're
the
better.
nigga. Like, that nigga. No, motherfucker. Because guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. And, go ahead and find you somebody that makes more money than you. If that's going, because I hear a lot of the talk like this. When I find a man that makes me feel feminine, that's when I'll become feminine. That's the most ass backwards shit I ever heard in my motherfucking life. You should not, like, you should be a lady at all times, period. Like, you should not have to, a man should not have to show you or make you feel feminine for you to be feminine. You shouldn't be running around acting like a nigga until you found the more masculine nigga to make you feel like a lady. That's ass fucking backwards. And with that mentality, guess what? A lot of those people do not find nobody. Period. Like, nobody, because one thing is, a guy does not want to date another guy, because if he wanted to, he would date another guy. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of niggas out here fucking with transies and other men or whatever the case may be. So why would he want to fuck with you and you acting like a nigga? No. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking unattractive. Like, niggas don't want that. The same way a woman don't want a man that's acting like a lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, always, complaining. Listen, I complain like a motherfucker at times. I ain't gonna hold you, but I have rightful cause to complain. I'm out here trying, nigga. But, They don't want to hear the people complaining, don't want to work, being lazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Always asking to borrow, never got nothing. Asking niggas be letting women take up. Like, there's nothing wrong with a woman taking you out on a date. But if you running around and your woman is out there taking you on dates, pretending that you the one paying the bill all the time, paying your
That's not where it's
bills.
at.
No, nigga. I don't even know how a grown adult does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like little kid behavior. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even feel.
It
Don't get
is.
wrong. If a woman want to buy me some food here and there, or take me somewhere, you know, I might allow it to happen if I've already done it for you, because I feel like, okay, yeah, you want to reciprocate the energy. I'm all with reciprocation, because it ain't gonna be a situation where all you do is take. Nah. That's called using, or at least I will start to feel like you're using me, even though your intentions may not be in that manner. You feel me? So if I need something, if I need it or not, I might just test the waters to see what you're going to do, because I need to know, are you going to reciprocate that energy? Because a lot of times when you do shit for people and they time to have your back, whether it's physical or emotional or social, motherfuckers be gone. You know what I'm saying? There's motherfuckers that call you.
Yeah, but I feel like you gotta. It's a lot of serious situations that you will have to get in with somebody for you to know whether they're gonna be there or not. You know, like you got to go through something with them. Like, you got to be like, you know what I'm saying, my car broke down. I'm over here in, you know, blah, blah, blahville. Can you come and get me? Or, you know, like I have really got to pay this bill, this $300. You got me? Or, you know, I mean, like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, back and forth, being reciprocated, not no little, oh, you gonna buy me a cheeseburger? You gonna buy me a cheeseburger? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's nothing.
Well, it
But-
is nothing, right?
But I mean, like, all I'm saying is, like, it's got to be some life problems for you to know that person got your back. Like, it's hard. It's kind of hard, and it takes a lot of time. A lot of time to see if somebody really has your back. Like, you know that you would have theirs, because only you know you.
Amen.
Right? They
Yeah.
don't know how you are. Only you know you. So you like, okay, if they getting XYZ, I got them. No matter what, hands down. But then a lot of the time, there's always the other party where it's like, I don't know if they got me like I got them. You know?
I agree, but that's why I said you might say something like, "Oh, buy me a cheeseburger." That's little, but here's the deal: if I test that cheeseburger, and you're not even willing to buy me a cheeseburger, I
Oh, well,
already
then
know
there you go.
ain't-
Now you know.
Yeah, if you can't even do the minor,
If you can't do
things,
bare minimum, then we can't even be friends.
I'm trying to tell you. You feel me? Like,
We can't, because you don't, because what? No. Especially if I know you got it and I done it for you.
exactly.
We can't even be friends.
Exactly.
Because what are we doing in each other's lives? That's
Exactly.
now going back to using, you being used.
Exactly.
No. And now you don't get conversation or anything like that, because my time is my money.
And I feel like it don't even have to be tangibles. Like, for example, someone can call you all day and be crying their head off and telling you about their problems. As soon as you want to hear about their problems, oh man, I ain't really trying to hear that, man. That's so negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Because if I can sit here and listen to your shit, you should be able to sit here and listen to my shit. Now, everybody's different. So you might not want to hear it, but you should at least be there for the person that's there for you. They call you 1 o'clock in the morning every morning. You pick up like nothing, but every time you struggling and shit, you might be in a real situation. You call a person, they never pick up. Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. What we doing?
Well, then you shouldn't, you know not to,
Yeah, I agree.
it's not being reciprocated.
I 100% agree. And so,
And it doesn't take long to realize when somebody is not on the same page as you. That doesn't take long.
yeah.
Now, you could be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this person is. I just can't, which that could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, when you're dating somebody or you're interested in someone or you've met somebody new and it's like, I just can't put my finger on it. Like, I just can't figure this person out. That's okay. That person may be worth the extra time.
Yeah.
But when it's like how he said with you can't, if I done got you a cheeseburger, you can't give me a cheeseburger, and I know you got it, or we on the same level, and you're not reciprocating the energy, we don't even need to be in each other's lives.
Yeah, gotta go.
Got to go.
You got to motherfucking go, man. And yeah, so if the energy ain't being reciprocated, you definitely got to cut that off. But you know what I want to talk about? Because we're talking about gender roles and, you know, we kind of went off track a little bit. But I want to talk about why gender roles may be switching. I think a lot of it has to do with not just social media, as we mentioned before, but I think a lot of it has to do with maybe conspiracy theory, going down that lane a little bit. The government, I feel like the government plays a role in, I think everything strategically is like being done for roles to be switched, at least in our community.
Okay, what do you mean?
Okay, so a lot of women don't feel like they need men these days, right? They feel like niggas is weak, blah, 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 right? Not all, but some. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, where does this start? Let's look at like the welfare system, right? The welfare system said kick the nigga out the crib. You got to put the nigga on child support to get food stamps. The nigga can't really live in your crib if you want to be on Section 8. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a certain type of woman that might be living in that stuff. But society is telling you you don't need a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
When you look at some of these products in the stores, like you look at the family, it's either a black woman, white man, or a black man, white woman is in a biracial kid. That's what they show you in the movies. They don't really show you a black family like ever. You feel me? Like the days of the Cosbys and all that shit, them's gone. The only thing that we get fed to us is motherfucking ratchet television when it comes to black people. Once in a blue moon, we might get a Tyler Perry or some shit. But right now, there's really some LGBT shit going on, which is nothing wrong with it. But that's what's more so getting pushed. So I feel like it makes society feel like we don't need them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at females is leveling up. You start seeing them promote a lot of that, which is great. Oh, black women excellence. Black women's doing this. Black women's doing this. But when you look at niggas don't get put on that pedestal. They don't talk about all the great things that the black men are doing in today's society. And there's tons of black men. Not often. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't get promoted. Only thing that get promoted for the black man is niggatry. You know what I'm saying? And the idols of the black man become hip hop people, and they base everything off the hip hop thing. You know what I'm saying? Where you still got idols of women that are black outside of hip hop that you look at. I mean, a lot of it now is kind of turned into where it's like, look at these ghetto black bitches type of shit. That's what people starting to look at it now. And I'm not saying that's what black women are. I'm just saying you got the sexy reds and shit like that out there that's giving the bad stain for how black women look. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that this goes all back to like slavery and plantation and all that type of shit. And I think that through society and American society has been saying, hey, black woman, you don't need this nigga. We got him out the crib. He don't do nothing right. Or if he even tries, take him for child support. You don't need the nigga in your life.
I agree.
You can get the bag off of the nigga without having them. And so then you start having these people have these kids and the nigga's not there, whether he wants to be there or not. And now the narrative is like, I don't need a nigga. I just need his money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that's kind of where we at right now, because a lot of women's getting their own money. So when a lot of a woman's getting their own money, they not really, you said, when a woman's getting their own money, well, we want the other things. We want the love and we want this. Well, guess what? You don't get the love and that type of shit before you look for the money. The first thing women's doing is looking for the money. When they meet the nigga, they're looking you up and down. Women will look at you from your feet to your motherfucking head and look at the car you drive, the clothes you wear, and they're going to make an assessment. Like we went talking about. Some women, a good bit of them, right? That's just human beings. Like same thing.
Most women that have their stuff together, yes.
And women that don't have their stuff together do the same shit.
I don't know about them.
No, that's a fact.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know.
The women that don't got their stuff together, they doing the same thing. The same way niggas is doing the analyzing women based on their features, right? They're looking at a woman up and down. Damn, she got a nice ass. Oh, she look good. You know what I'm saying? That's how we just interact, and it's nothing bad with it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get past that. And say, hey, I want a man that does this and that, does that. Well, if he looks like he ain't got the bread, even though you got the bread, 9 out of 10, you're not letting that nigga in. So
Yeah.
you're passing up on all the good people because you're going to make an assessment within that first few minutes. Just like we said on the last podcast when we had, is it okay to ask a person what they do? Well, people do that, but they don't ask you directly how much money you make. They ask you about your job. So what is it you do?
So what is it that you do?
Exactly. And I've had conversation with women that say, well, what is it you do? And when I tell them, oh, I work at like a PCP office or I work at a dentist office, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really want to put out where I work at or I make at McDonald's, whatever. When I say shit like that, they're like, oh, okay. Well, I understand what okay mean. Okay mean, nigga, you're broke. You feel me? Like, so I get what okay means. You feel me? So, or, you know, that's what's, I get what's being said and what's being portrayed. Now, because people might feel like I'm a little bit attractive, and if that's how they feel, they might let a little bit of it slide. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But how do you get past that? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think that if you're a man and you're not making money, that you're not a man. Women are starting to base financial gain off of if you're a man or not. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't making no money and you trying, but you ain't making no money, I'm good. He ain't a man. He ain't man. A man can't even motherfucking have a bad day. You ain't trying to motherfucking hear it. He's a pussy ass nigga. He ain't a man. And it's unfair. It's really unfair. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy mentality. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be this falsified macho. Oh yeah. Fuck this. I never cried. No. And you do got people like that, but some of those people like that are some of the most fucked up individuals. You know what I'm saying? Will do some of the most foul shit to you. You feel me? Because they cold. You know what I mean? And then and that's how you want to be. I ain't mad at it. But how do we set the standard? Because I think the standard is a falsified narrative. You know what I'm saying? Of what a man and a woman is. So
I don't know. I feel like that goes back to like being friends first. Mm-hmm. Like, let's normalize being friends first. Because that's very important, right? You get to see people in all the seasons. So you have to see them while they're down, while they're up, while they're happy, while they're sad. And then be like, okay, do I want to deal with this person for the rest of my life? Or can I deal with this person for the rest of my life? That is how I feel like people are messing up by judging somebody off of 2 days of knowing them and then leaving them alone. There's a lot of things out here that people are messing up just from miscommunication or not communicating at all, and just getting things misconstrued. So I just feel like let's go back to normalizing being friends first, getting to know somebody as that individual that they are, because with friendship comes you can now express anything to me. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll grow to be comfortable with each other to where I can be vulnerable with you, or I can, you know what I'm saying? You know how you can be around somebody after being around them for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you'll know whether you want to be with that person or not. Don't just jump into something after seeing that person is really cute in person, you know, off of the internet, and, you know, sounding good for one day. And then it's like the next week, now they all totally different. Oh, because you thought you knew them. You know what I'm saying? You made this person in your mind of who they should be, and that's your fault. Yeah. You know, you expected, that's your fault. It takes seasons. You have to see people in seasons, different seasons, in order for you to really know, okay, this is the person that I can deal with, I want to deal with, I love, I can end up loving, or, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And
I feel like, and people got, and the sad part about it, I'm going to say this, I agree with you, but people ain't making it last 2 seconds. Yeah. If someone deemed that you not a man or woman enough, because, you know, there's a lot of standards women got for men. Well, when Kevin Samuels came along, he started making niggas give standards to women. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't like some of the things he said, and rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Some people didn't like what he said, but some of it was true. You know what I'm saying? And it all depends on how you interpret it and how you feel. But some of it was fucking true. And so now you got men trying to hold women to these standards. And like women, some of these standards are unrealistic. We're not fucking dating robots or pets. We're not pets, man. And we got to stop treating people like they fucking pets. where they supposed to listen to anything you do say. They supposed to work if you want them, because some people be like your cousin, right? I mean, and that's, I don't know the details, don't need to know. You said it was your cousin, right?
My family member.
Your family member. Okay, I don't know if it was a cousin. So anyhow, he's living a certain lifestyle and you feel he should be doing more. Now granted, he got children, I'm assuming based on what you said, so I understand that. But some people will look at people that are just totally fine going to their 9-to-5 job, making their money. They're not complaining. They're just living their life. That motherfucker's a bum. That motherfucker should be wanting more. That motherfucker. No, let people live their motherfucking lives.
Now, see, that's different.
Yeah.
See, that's different. If somebody is not complaining about their life, then, and they have their stuff together and they're not asking you for help, it is a lot of people out here that's putting themselves in other people's business that just need to be like, shut up and sit down. Because if that person is working a 9-to-5 and taking care of their responsibilities, their children, their bills, their life, and they happy, that's their life. They can do that. Mm-hmm. You know, everything is taken care of. But once you are working that 9-to-5 and you're complaining and you're not doing anything to change it, then it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
I agree. And it's okay to complain.
Nobody is.
It's okay to complain here and there.
Yeah, it is okay to complain here and there, but I just feel like, you know, if you're not putting out as much positivity as you are negativity, you don't need anybody like that in your life, and you don't want anybody like that in your life. If somebody can't call you with a bad story and then pick up the phone and call you with a good story, you know,
it's
then
draining.
It's draining. You know, if you looking at your phone when somebody call you, if you got somebody in your phone, and I'm sure we all got somebody in our phone right now, that if they call you right now, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what the I don't want to talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you about to hear something. What happened now? Or you pick up the phone like, okay, what happened now? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody like that. And you just can't answer the phone all the time for people like that. You can't, you gotta, it's okay to love them. It's okay for, you know what I'm saying, to love people and have people like that and be in their corner for when they get really down, and because those are pretty much the down and depressed people, because they're down and depressing, right? Yeah. But you cannot have that type of person in your life, because that can mess up your life, your happiness, and your day, period. But yeah, you got you just have to make sure that if you're being negative, make sure you have that same positive in your life. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, be positive. Just speak positive over your life. And I just feel like things will get better. But yeah, it's totally, totally draining for somebody to just be complaining all the time, or, you know, don't nobody want to deal with that. Don't nobody want to deal with that, whether it be a man or a woman. A man don't want to deal with a woman that's going to be nagging. That's what he going to call it, nagging, you know, all the time. Men don't like that shit either.
I call it BBs, bitter bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men
bitch.
don't like that.
Yeah, no, we don't want a bitter bitch, and you don't want a bitter bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? And you know what else I feel like impacts the gender roles as well? I feel like hip hop impacted. Because when you look at some of these niggas in hip hop, some of the bigger artists start acting more what we would define as feminine. You know what I'm saying? Handbags.
Oh yeah,
you know
dresses.
Dancing like what we will say females are dancing.
Yeah, popping a butt.
Painting their
What
nails.
is this? Oh my gosh, yes.
And then when the most people are followers, right? Most people are not leaders. Most people are followers.
Yeah.
That's why religion's so big, because they need something to follow behind. You know what I mean? Need something to believe in. And people like to live vicariously due to celebrities. Mm-hmm. And so you see a lot of men start acting like that. You, like we talked about it last time. There's a lot of men that's out here getting their butthole played with. You know, we're not going to dive into that. But there's a lot of men out there doing it. And I feel like hip hop helped make people feel, okay, that's the way. And that's the wave you're into. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying as an example. You know what I'm saying? And then you see a lot of, I think, hip hop you start listening to people like Meg Thee Stallion. You start listening to them telling you that they don't need a nigga, use a nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They the nigga. You know, suck my dick. Bitches be like, New York bitches be, suck my dick. Wow, really? You know what I'm saying? Really now, suck your dick now, huh? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that also impacts our culture. You know what I'm saying? And I love hip hop. You know, I'm a musician as well, or a former musician. But I feel like that also impacts everything. And I feel like a lot of people are following the narrative of these people. And these people are really just entertainers. Some of them practice what they live, but the most of them don't. Most of them don't.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them out there loving on the nigga, chasing at the nigga, chasing at the wife in these hoes. Look at Lil Wayne. And I fuck with Lil Wayne. But damn near every one of his women were fucking thotties. He dated Superhead. You know who that is?
Oh, yeah. He did?
Yeah.
didn't
You ever hear
know
this
that.
Lil Wayne song? He said, I don't care if you was a prostitute and you fucked every nigga. Man,
Yes.
yeah. Because that nigga was singing to the hoe. Listen to every Drake song. He's singing to hoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas really be liking them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
But they be using them.
who?
The hoes.
That
I'm saying they're using the hoes.
No, the hoes
But
be
he's
using
making
them
them-
niggas.
Yeah, that too. But, I mean, they using each other.
Yeah, they do, but
They're
they be
using each
falling
other.
in love with them though. I don't
Who?
care. Wayne was-
guys?
yeah, they be falling in love with. Look, that's why Drake's last album is For My Dogs. He's dissing women a lot in that, but Drake's been dissing women most of his career. People just don't understand that, but because he masks it and it sounds like a good song. Just like Kendrick Lamar when he made the song Swimming Pools, it was about alcoholism, but it sounds so good that you like pull up, drink. You know what I'm saying? You thinking it's a club song, and it is, but it's really a deeper message behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, these niggas be out there like, you know, and I think it plays a role into how we perceive one another on a lower level, because in our society, I feel like we look at people, not me and you per se, but we as a culture look at these people as gods. We no longer look at the black entertainers that did stand for something as anything important. There's tons of people out there that are strong women and strong men that represent positivity in the culture, but we don't look at them niggas. Fuck them. We don't even hear about them. Let me see what Future doing. Let me see what Drake doing. Let me see what Nicki Minaj is doing. And then that becomes a narrative for the everyday people's life. That's why you come out. We out here in Georgia, in Atlanta. What you see, all the niggas got the chains on. I don't know if they're real or not. I don't want to hate on nobody, but all of them got the chains on. All of them got the designer sneakers on, right? All of them got the designer clothes on. We see the Porsches, the Lamborghinis, and some of these people can afford this. I'm not mad at it. And then you look at the women. All of the weaves look the same. All of the makeup look the same. All of the asses look the same.
Yeah.
All of the bodies look the same. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And what is it doing? Mimicking the culture. And then when you get people starting to talk about things, in terms of what a real man is, because you got a lot of women out here that ain't got a motherfucking man, and nobody want the bitch talking about what a real man is and what a man supposed to be doing. And some of these bitches are busted. Like, niggas don't even want a nut on their face. They whack. You feel me? And then you got these niggas out here that can't get a bitch, or running around there with a woman that's doing her dirty, but on the internet telling men how to behave, or telling women how a man should behave. There's a lot of niggas out there. Oh yeah, your man should be doing this. If your man ain't doing this, he ain't a real one. And he out here cheating on his girl and beating his girl. Next thing you know, you see an article that nigga got beat his wife up.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Y'all gotta like you gotta see what
Practice what you preach.
practice what you. These niggas is fooling y'all for fucking likes and comments and to make money off you.
Definitely. But that's what, so that's another point about social media, the roles being reversed due to social media, right? Because I no longer have to impress you, or I no longer have to, they don't have to, he doesn't have to, let me take you out, or da-da-da-da-da. All I got to do is slide in your DM real quick, tell you what you want to hear, and 9 times out of 10, you shooting back, and I got you. That's it. That's as easy as it is. Like, it's that easy nowadays.
I love it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Slide in that DM. You can get to that chick in that DM.
That easy nowadays. It's like it starts with a like and ends with a DM, and it's like, okay, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now you got her, and
Or you got her attention. You don't got her yet.
well, yeah, you have her attention, right? But that's so much more than not. That's so much more than a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I still think
Having somebody's attention, especially on social media where everybody is in, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's there, especially if she's like pretty. She's a pretty girl, you know, it's millions of niggas in her DM.
Oh yeah, sure.
Millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
For
it's
sure.
like if you can get a girl's attention from sliding it, which you can, my friend was saying, you know, all I have to do is go on your page and scroll down a few months, see what you interested in, and act like I'm interested in the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then boom, well, we got something in common. Now you talking to me because I like the same stuff you like.
You can filter it out if you really pay attention to what somebody's like. You can tell when someone's not telling the truth, bro.
Not over the internet. You can talk to somebody and tell.
Yeah, when you talk to them, that's
yeah.
what I
When
mean.
you're talking to somebody, that's when everything comes out. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But over the internet, to get somebody's attention, no, it's not. No, it don't take much. Yeah, it don't take much. Whereas back in the day, it was like, okay, let me dress up real quick. I gotta look nice. Because this is like. First impression is everything. I got to look nice. I got to make sure I say this right. That's why people be like practicing in a mirror and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, shit, let me just hop on this app real quick. Let me see. You know, it's that easy.
Man, I practiced in the mirror one time. Like, yeah, I'm going to go talk to this chick. When the talk to her, got shot the fuck down. Like, straight up. I was practicing the mirror, but I was like, I'm going to say that. I built up the confidence, got shot the fuck down. Oh, God, I did. Man, hurt my soul, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got to tell myself, man, look, she ain't all that anyway.
Right? She ain't all that.
No, dead serious.
I can get better anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could get better. You know what I'm saying? I seen her working at Kroger's one day, and I kind of prejudged her. But listen, man, I'm trying to get a part-time job too. So you feel me? So I can't even be judging no motherfucker like, yeah, bum bitch in Kroger's. There, she thinks she better than me. But no, real shit though. Like, I think that people just need to. I think there is a basis of a man and a woman, right? Like, there's basis of like, man. We as human beings, we have the balance of both, right? Mm-hmm. Women have masculine traits too. Men have feminine traits too. We are human at the core. We're not too much different. We're more similar than we are different, right? Yeah. So, but when it comes to roles, the roles are based off of tradition and standards, and that changes from culture to culture because, believe it or not, in some cultures, women are the dominant ones. Women run this shit. Believe it or not, it's true. Look it up. In some cultures, that's how it is. Just like in some cultures, a woman, and back in the day, some women that were bigger, heavier set were looked at as sexier than the skinnier women. You know what I'm saying? So like, it just really, what we define as men and women is based on our culture. So and the cultural norms, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our cultures is based off of Western society from Europe, to be honest with you. We have some of the African culture, and you know what I'm saying? We built our own culture to a certain degree as well. Not even to a certain degree. We did build our own culture within this society. However, you can't base everything off the norms. When we talk about back in the day, things being like your grandpa, well, things were like that with your grandpa because that was what society was like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Women did not want to sit there and be housewives. You know how we know? Because the moment they got a chance to get the fuck out the house, they got the fuck up out the house. And for the most half, ain't really go back in that bitch. You feel me? So, and then I'm not mad at that. But that's just what it is. And the man had to hold it down because at a certain part of society, women weren't allowed to do those jobs. But when they let women do those jobs, women got up, bossed the fuck up, did it better than some of the niggas do. And they're thriving like motherfuckers right now. So to go back to that way, you can never go back to that way completely because that was the old world. This is the new world. Yeah. And I'm not saying you got to have a 50-50 relationship with a woman or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people want that old school tradition, but they want to move in a new school way. They want the best of both worlds. Yeah. And you got to choose one. You feel me? You got to get your balance on. But guess what? You're not going to have both. It's rare. Yeah. You don't get the chance to sit at home and do nothing, but then still want to behave how you want to behave. either because the back in the day, I think them housewives was listening to their husbands. You feel me?
Yeah, they was.
These days,
They had to.
Women ain't listening to their husbands.
I mean,
They ain't, and they divorcing these niggas.
You see a
first
lot
chance.
of here. When I moved here, actually, I noticed there's a lot of married women that be out here cheating on their husband.
Oh, big facts.
I didn't even know.
Big
I don't know
facts.
where I was at, but I'm like, damn, it's a lot of women. Like the video that you sent me the other day where there was like 70% of women said that they have a backup.
Yeah. Yo, there's women
crazy.
that are in relationships that
70% of married women said that they have a backup just in case they get a divorce.
women keep one in the chamber all the time. Matter of fact, not one, about 3 in the chamber. They got the nigga that they want that might not want them, but they still talking, they pursuing that nigga actively. But he, depending on how he act, she might be fucking with the nigga that want her for the time being. In the moment the nigga that she wants her, she'll cut his ass off. The nigga that they job, they flirt on, you know what I'm saying? And she might just have a fuck buddy going on the side, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying, listen.
It's crazy out here.
It is crazy out here. And so but you want a real man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then you got these niggas out here that's out there fucking with other niggas. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of that going on out here in Georgia. Like a lot of niggas that look like me and you, whatever that may be. And I'm talking to the people out there that's really out there looking for some brotherly love. You know what I'm saying? Some something else. You know what I'm saying? And it's really strange out here in these streets. And I ain't mad at you, but just live in your true colors, brother, and lead the ones that ain't into that. Leave them alone.
Yeah. Don't be.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to throw your ways on people. If someone gonna roll
Yeah.
like that, they gonna roll like that. But it's not up to you to be trying to pursue a nigga that claims he's single. Straight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I mean, a lot of that type of stuff is going on, man. So the best thing is for you to be you.
Yep. Normalize being friends first.
Be friends.
And be friends. Get to know somebody in all the seasons. Get to know them. You know what I'm saying? And get to see how someone is, how someone talks, how someone is with their family, how someone is with their friends, you know? Because I dated someone and I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but it was like everybody that called him, even his mother, you know, he would lie to him. Like even it was about like, where are you? Where you at? What you doing? Well, if you got to lie about stupid stuff like that, and here I am with him, like, oh, well, he's just lying to them, whatever. Not thinking that, oh, he's lying to me too when I'm not with him. But, you know, you have to get to know somebody. And however they are with other people, especially if you're just meeting them. If they are like that with other people, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like that with you. Okay, so just because they make you feel special at the moment don't mean that you are.
Yeah. And don't put any expectations. Do not let society and social media dictate how you interpret the next person.
How you see somebody.
Yeah. Don't say this person is not a real man or a woman because they don't make X amount of money.
Yeah.
They don't dress a certain way. They don't talk a certain way.
Things that can change, I always say. Things that can change. If it can change, don't even count that.
Exactly. Like, stop prejudging people, man. And
that man can have $1 million today and 0 tomorrow.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
You know? And at the end of the day, you should look at people for who they are. Now, you should have standards. Right? Nothing wrong with having standards, but you should look at people for who they are. Stop saying what a real man or a real woman does. Figure out the man or woman for you.
For you.
And be realistic in your goals and what you want in that out of that person. And then be free to accept it. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
And I think you'll be okay. But if you keep having all this, a man should act like this, a woman should act like this, guess what? You're going to find yourself with nobody.
Nobody. Alone with your cats.
A bitter bitch and a bitter bitch ass nigga. That's it. That's it. And I ain't got nothing else to say about that shit. What about you?
No, that's it.
Round of a motherfucking applause.
Round of applause.
And again, this is Room 1231, and we out to next week.
Yeah.